Welcome everyone to In Our Truck Night in America, live here from New Smyrna Speedway for the AdventHealth 200. Folks, we have some Sunday short track action here from the Gainbridge Truck Series, and boy oh boy do we have a long night ahead of us here, folks, as this is going to be a long afternoon where we got heat races, a last chance qualifier, then the 80 lap main event, folks. But once again, welcome all to In Our Truck Night America. We are here in the final stretch of the regular season, folks, and finally we come to New Smyrna, where some chase hopes might finally break for some guys, as only 25 drivers will make it into this race here tonight. We have 41 drivers entering in these heats. It's going to be something interesting, and man, oh man, folks, like I said, this is gonna make or break some guys' this seasons. We saw it last year. Some guys like Brandon Haynes did not make it. They made a tougher path. Did not make it into the main event. It made a tougher path to make it to the chase. And this race could really open up some opportunities for some guys. Somebody slips up, has issues in the heat. They go to last chance qualifier. Don't have too much luck. They could be out of the race, and this could be a guy on the cutoff line. While a guy who's sitting on the outside makes it, gets good points, and now he's in. So anything can happen here at New Smyrna Speedway, arguably the best short track on the Gainbridge Truck Series schedule. It's unfortunate we can only fit 25 trucks on this track. I wish we could fit all 40 because it is such a great race, folks. But I am excited for this one here, folks. Live here on Sunday. We don't typically have Sunday races, folks, but this one is going to be worthwhile. But it is going to be a very long afternoon for all these drivers. Like I said, we got 3 heats, a last chance qualifier. It's going to be a long one for sure. The weather looks pretty good. It's a little cold though, about 56 degrees, a little bit on the colder side here. Temperatures did drop a little bit from qualifying, so it'll be very interesting to see how that plays out as we go further into the night, if the track heats up a little bit or gets colder. So that'll be something to watch out for. Of course, last season's winner at this track um, was the now I am drawing a blank. It was the number 57 Rocks D'Angelo, which was a crazy race. I remember that one was one of my favorite races of the season. So if you haven't seen it, go watch it. But Rocks D'Angelo did get the win in that 57, and for Turner Motorsports. But yeah, that was a crazy race. We saw William Ayers get into it with Bjorn Fjornsson, took him out into turn one. 2 leaders taken out, and then the next best short track driver goes and wins. That was a very fun one, and it's probably going to be very interesting here tonight as well. And Avery Alpert's going to be on pole for heat number 1 here tonight. He's honestly looking like the best short track driver so far this season, so it'll be something to watch out for. Um, and as we get into the format coming into here to tonight, we don't really need to go trackside because this is heats. We don't want to waste too much time, so we're just gonna get right into it. As we get into the format tonight, like I said, 3 heats, all 10 laps. First 2 heats will have 14 drivers. Last heat will have 13 drivers. Um, the top 6 make the main event from these heats. So the top 6 are locked in, while the rest of them, the last I want to say 8 drivers will all go into the last chance qualifier. So that means we'll have about I want to say 24 drivers in the last chance qualifier. I might be a little bit wrong on that, but might 24 or 26, I think. I'm not sure, but yeah, so we'll have officially 18 drivers locked in after these 3 heats. Then we go to the LCQ, where that's going to be 15 laps. 5 more laps than the regular heats. And the top 7 will make it out of LCQ. So, that'll make it a 25 truck field. Meanwhile, that's going to make uh, about how many drivers going home? I looked at it the other day. My math isn't that well, but it's gonna be, yeah, 16 drivers going home, so it's gonna be make or break for a lot of guys. So definitely it's gonna be something else to watch out for. And then, like I said, of course, it's gonna be an 80 lap main event, so that will be a fun one as well. It was pretty long last year, so of course, pop in, pop out if you want, because like I said, this is gonna be a long one, folks. But as you see in your heat lineups, very interesting heat lineups. We got a lot of teammates. First off, in this first heat right here, we have Avery Alford and Angel Gutierrez together, Matthew Hubert, Carson Miller, and then you have all 3 Haynes Racing trucks in this first heat. So that's going to be something to watch out for. You typically don't want to have that many teammates in one heat from an owner's perspective. So it'll definitely be something to watch out for when it comes to that. And then as you can see with the second heat, it'll be Ricky LaFleur. Yeah, Ricky LaFleur and Ronnie Hauger leading up to green with Hal Anderson Jr. right behind him. And I mean, these Silly Thing racing trucks are really becoming fast. Benny Watson's still struggling to get going, but they have picked up a lot of pace these last couple races. So I'm really looking at them coming into this race here at New Smyrna. I think Sarah Taylor or Hallie Anderson Jr. could maybe possibly pull something off, but they have struggled with the in-race pace. So there'll definitely be some struggles potentially there. But all three Red Bull Fallout Racing trucks are in the second heat. Peter Onjak's pretty good. You can also see there Benson Pragio will be making his debut for LWH Racing. Trey Wright decided to step away from full-time duties, and now this ride will be for Benson Pragio. So this is his first start. So a little bit of a lot of expectations for his first start making the race and all that, but we'll see how Pragio does for that number 55 team. You got Caden Arcadia there, William Ayers, who built on Auto trucks in the second heat. And then you got guys like Nick Mahold there and Adrian Gale, like I said, Benny Watson. Then as we get into that third heat, Aaron Abel, Kyler Sestra, Alexander Rowe, three hard hitters, Rogel, Dorn, Matthew Burnett. This heat right here, heat number 3, I'm looking out for to have a lot of guys flying really hard. David Dixon's in this one, James Daniel, Ryan Osborne. This is going to be a heat that is going to heat things up because you have so many quality drivers. Every heat has a good influx of quality drivers, so overall it's going to be very fun to watch here tonight, seeing how everybody goes at it with those heats. So that is your heat lineup, folks. So keep that in mind as we make it through here. This is all going to be in this one broadcast. So like I said, it's going to be a long broadcast, but once we get through, we're gonna get straight into the race after that. We're gonna go over the point standings here, right now actually, because I want to go over all the situations we have coming into this one before we really get into it. Of course, last week we saw that number 43 Angel Gutierrez win, making that pass on Ricky Lafleur, with a few laps to go. A very caution-filled race, a lot of different separate incidents. The Hoosier tires are becoming a little bit of a worry, so we'll see how that plays out here tonight at New Smyrna. What will the tire situation be? There is a grip line around this track, so definitely be something to watch out for when it comes to those drivers not wanting to go too far off the beaten path. But Gutierrez with that win jumps all the way up back to first and leading the point standings, just 1 point over his teammate Avery Alford. Um, back behind him, 6 points behind is Aaron Abel, and then you got guys like Ricky Lafleur, Matthew Hubert also making their way through, who looked very solid so far, just keeping it consistent, not doing too much, and they're going to be guys that we have to watch out for coming into this race here tonight to possibly take advantage and close down that points gap, especially with Hubert starting second in this first heat. Caleb Rose, sitting there in sixth, still seventh, still Alexander Rowe, eighth, ninth, still the same guys. But we get into this points bubble right here. Chris Martin jumps up to 10th. Ronnie Hauger falls all the way down to 12th, while Raul Dorn goes from 13th to 11th. So he jumps into the bubble, while Patrick Raven drops out 2 spots, and now he's behind James Daniel to make it. James Daniel and Ronnie Hauger to make it in. So he's going to really look to get into that final transfer spot for the chase. Then you have guys like Joseph Wood, Matthew Burnett all trying to vie there. Brandon Haynes falls all the way down to 18th, completely out of the graphic after his unfortunate troubles after having a really solid run going at Charlotte. So this chase battle is heating up, folks. You're definitely going to be wanting to watch out for what could possibly happen to some of these contenders that are trying to make it in, but some guys definitely are going to start to see themselves locked in, especially if you're the first, like, top, I would want to say, top 7, top 6 or 7. Said it. Will be locked in, but the rest of that, it is free reign, so it's definitely going to be a tight battle going into the chase, but with no further ado, folks, that's the point standings. I say let's get this Sunday short track racing kicked off. We don't typically have too many Sunday races, folks, but if you're just joining us, we've went over the format and all that. And of course, congratulations to Aaron Abel on winning the in-season tournament last week. Alexander Rowe, $1 million mistake, or I guess $1 million mechanical failure. It was running really well, and unfortunately had issues on the final restart. And Aaron Abel took home the $1 million from him in Racing Motorsports. Those guys just can't stop winning. I know a lot of people are not on their side, but they just can't stop winning in any type of way. So they bring home those $1 million, but of course that would just be spread around the team and all that. But probably a bunch of benefits to all the hard workers at the shop there at Racing Motorsports and Toyota Gazoo. So yeah, that's pretty much it from the pre-race show, folks. Let's see these trucks roll off here for heat number 1, and we'll see who's going to get into the main event. Like said before, it'll be Avery Alford leading us to green here for heat number 1 here at New Smyrna Speedway. Right behind him will be that number 27, Matthew Hubert, folks. But here we go. We'll see who out of this top 6 will make it into the main event well, not at here, I guess. But, yeah, It's going to be very interesting to see how this one goes. This is a very tricky track at the same time. Not a lot of room to race, so guys will be bumping each other out the way likely. But it looks like everybody got fired off for heat number 1, so it looks like everybody will be good. So the top 6 will be the ones that make it into the main event. The rest will head to the last chance qualifier, which will be 15 laps, but this one will be 10 laps. And the green flag is underway for heat number 1. Avery Alford going to lead us through the complete lap number 1 here at New Smyrna. See, slipping and sliding a little bit already. He's going to have Huber right behind him. Angel Gutierrez, Bento working on that number 98 of Caleb Rose. Meanwhile, Brandon Haynes getting past that 45 of Sarah Taylor. And Raven might get some company from that number 23, but Rose and Bento make some contact there. But they keep it going. Bento sends it to the inside of Rose. Keeps it going. So these two racing hard side by side here, but they are keeping it going so far. But Haynes is going to put himself into this picture here soon. Meanwhile, Hubert's still catching up with this race team of Alfred, but Alfred so far this season has looked like one of the best short track racers. So he's definitely going to be a guy to watch out here all night, especially if he wins this one. He'll be starting on pole. He already won the pole in general, so he's got that extra point, but he wants to actually make the race. Meanwhile, Rose might finally clear Bento there, so he clears Bento, and now he's going to have this 36 right behind him, but Haynes is in the final transfer spot right now. He's going to have that 45 of Sarah Taylor right behind him, and that 38 of Joseph Wood. Wood is going to be in a tricky situation with his teammates in front of him. Meanwhile, back here we have the 60 of Terry Bull making a pass on that 5 of Tanner Calvert. Meanwhile, Senja Vittoria in the 57 right behind him. 57 won the last year at this track, of course, for a different team and driver and manufacturer, but still counts. But as we make our way through here in heat number 1, right now looking like Avery Alford just might drive away here, as he still has that 27 of Hubert right behind him, but Hubert's lost some time, and Gutierrez as well, just closing down a little bit. But you can see the way they're really whipping around this track. Pardon me, folks. But now the 38 of Wood to the inside with just 3 to go here on this 45 of Sarah Taylor. Can he catch up to his teammate? Raven and Miller trying to battle hard, but Miller and Raven are going to look like they're going to be heading to the LCQ here. But they're going to get past this number 45 Sarah Taylor, who looks a little bit more slower. But here we go, 2 more to go here in heat number 1. And we will see who's going to move on right now. It's this 36 of Brandon Haynes, but he does have some company from this old 6. He's going to send it to the inside of the 45 of Sarah Taylor. All trying to dig here. 1 more to go here in heat number 1. Avery Alford looking to come through and gets the win. And he will move on to the main event. Looks like he's going to have no issue. So Avery Alford going to be the winner of heat number 1. He's heading to the main event. Brandon Haynes moves on as well. And the rest of them right behind will be heading to the LCQ. But Brandon Haynes just gets in with his teammate Matthias Bento. Meanwhile, Caleb Rose heads to the main event alongside Angel Gutierrez and Matthew Hubert. So Avery Alford already looking super quick. We'll see how it plays out for the rest of the night. It's going to be 80 laps next time, so it's going to be very long. But it'll be Sarah Taylor, Joseph Wood, Patrick Raven, Carson Miller, Terry Bull, Tanner Calvert, Sanjay Vittoria, and lastly, Monica Pato, all heading to the LCQ here later tonight. But that is heat number 1 here, folks. So Avery Alford does get the win. Let's go get ready for heat number 2. So here we go for heat number 2. We are Ronnie Halger and Ricky LaFleur leading us to green. We saw heat 1 be pretty mellow, but every heat could be different. So this one could see a lot of chaos pop off. So we will see how it plays out, but it still is only 10 laps. So we'll see what unfolds in those 10 laps, but of course, Silly Thing Racing had Sarah Taylor up there last time. She fell out of the top 6 transfer, so we'll see how it plays out here. But then you have Peter Onjak here, who's looking to get his season around. Benton Pragio, who's making his debut. Caden Arcadia, who wants to get in there. William Ayers, who almost got the win last year if he didn't take himself and Bjorn for Jorgensen out. And then you got a guy like Reggie Miller. Then you got a guy like Adrian Gill there as well. But here we go for the green flag in heat number 2. Ronnie Halger leading us to green, of course. Top six advance in every heat here. So we're here for heat number 2. We'll see if anybody can challenge this number 83 of Halger. as they make their way through. Anderson Jr. going to mix into fourth here. Meanwhile, these two side by side back here for the final transfer spot. Prasio going to have that 32 on his inside there. Arcadia trying to make it into the main event. That 55 does hold the final transfer spot, so there they go to the inside. He's going to send it there, that number 32, and he's going to try to get the pass off a very tight quarters racing here at New Smyrna. Meanwhile, Ontak trying to drive away, but it is going to be a 32 Arcadia sliding through here. But that 55 right on the back end. Here comes that 52 of York Watson as well. 84 of Nolan. And there goes that 82 LaFleur, potentially trying to start second in the main event. Looked like he was going to try to get a look at his teammate. But we're already almost halfway done with heat number 2 here. I mean, these heats fly by. I don't know how to slow down the pace anymore. They just fly by like in a snap. So they feel quick because they are quick. So Arcadia holds the final transfer spot. That 55 Prasio now. Got that 52 of Emily York Watson right behind him. But this 15 Al Anderson Jr. going to be a little bit of an anchor here. So this should be somebody to watch here, holding everybody else up potentially. Meanwhile, back here, William Ayers fitting through. Here comes York Watson trying to look to the inside of this number 55, trying to get the move on potentially here. But I'm watching out for that number 30. That 30 of Ayers is very good at short track, so it's kind of the short track king last season. That 15 slipped up there. That 84 might be on the back end here pretty soon. And yeah, there goes that 84 of Nolan to the inside. Oh, banging doors here in heat number 2. Nolan getting the elbows out, saying, get out the way, we got places to go. He's going to get past that number 15 of Al Anderson Jr. Can Onjak force the issue as well? You don't want to have that, you don't want to let that 32 get to your inside, which you might just do here with how slow that 15 is going. So here we go. This can spell trouble potentially here. And gonna hold on for now with 2 more to go here in heat number 1. That 83 of Halger looks like he's gonna hold on to move on through here, but Onjak right on the back end of this 15. Coming to 1 more to go here. That final transfer spot is the 32. And Anderson Jr. does slip up here. So here we go, 1 more to go here in heat number 1. That 32 of Caden Arcadia holds the final transfer spot. Onjak gonna bump doors with that 15. But it is gonna be the 83 of Ronnie Hauger gonna win heat number 2. He'll be starting second in the main event. And Onjak moves on through, and the 32 of Caden Arcadia holds on. That 15 Al Anderson Jr. definitely gonna be a sitting duck in the main event. We've seen the 45 and 15 both look like anchors so far from where they've started. So when we get in the main event later on tonight, I'm looking out for that 45-15 to potentially have some issues, but that means Prasio, York Watson, Ayers, Young, Davis, Mahold, Benny Watson, and that 96 of Gale will all be heading to the last chance qualifier, joining guys like Patrick Raven, Carson Miller, you name it, who did not make it last time. But yeah, they'll be joining Carson Miller, Sarah Taylor, Joseph Wood, Terry Bull, Monica Pato, Sanjay Victoria, all in the LCQ here after the next heat. So we are just kind of flying through these heats here, but that main event is going to be super long. So, folks, stick around here. Let's get these trucks ready to go for heat number 3. Then we'll see who's going to be in our last chance qualifier, and that's going to twist some things up for sure. All right, folks, here we go for heat number 3. Let's see what other 6 would be making it into the main event. That'll take us up to 18 trucks in the main event. Then we'll have the last chance qualifier next after this, which will be 15 laps. And then we'll see out of those 15 laps who's going to be, who have the top 7 will transfer through, take us to 25 trucks. And that'll be our 25 truck main event. So 16 trucks will be going home here tonight and have some of their hopes crushed. But Aaron Abel will lead us to green here. He's got Sustre on his outside. Sustre from Florida as well as Monica Pato, so he's going to want to show out. Sustre from Panama City Beach, and you got guys like Matthew Burnett, Alexander Rayo, Raul Godoran. This is a pretty star-studded duel. David Dixon and James Daniel as well. Chris Martins too. But here we go. The final heat before the LCQ. The green flag is underway here for heat number 3. As they make their way through, it's going to be The number 41 of Aaron Abel leading. Alexander Rowe trying to follow through. Meanwhile, everybody else, it is a madhouse frenzy trying to get that final transfer spot. But that number 92 of Nick Mahold. Ryan Osborne currently holds that spot. Actually, Urago Dorn now here at the line. But that 81 of James Daniel right behind him. Here comes Luke Evans as well, the British driver. David Dixon's going to want to look to get into this as well. He's won at 2 short tracks so far in his career. Oh, and that's going to be a wreck. Caution out here in heat number 3. It will be a single file restart here for the heats. And that's going to be the 99 Urago Dorn coming around on the front end of that's number 92 of Nick Mahold, of Ryan Osborne, I believe. So, man, oh man, early caution here. And we don't really need a replay because we just saw it firsthand, but that got a lot of guys in that. So now here we go. So that's going to shake this up a little bit, as we'll see when we come to the restart. But that 99 of Dorn now gonna have some damage on his truck as we head to the LCQ, likely, if he's not able to drive his way back through. But that is the dangers of New Smyrna. You get hooked into the wall and then it is just a frenzy from there. But it happens on the front stretch. The first caution of the, and the 81 of James Daniels engine goes out. So now when we go to the LCQ, he's gonna hope to get that truck fired off. But that is not good for that Lego McLaren team, as there goes the 81's engine. So a little bit of calamity going on here in heat number 3. Now that 81 still has a chance in the LCQ if the team can get that truck fixed. But that'll give the final chance. But that final chance spot is owned by the 9 of David Dixon, and a 62 of Luke Evans is currently in as well. But can any of these guys back here contend? Can that 99 of Dorn cook something back up? But we'll see when we come back to go. Right, I hope it would be lap number 9. We'll see. But it's gonna be a gearbox issue, so we're gonna try and replace that gearbox for the LCQ, and then they should be good. But caution out here in heat number 3. The number 99 of Urago Dorn went off the front end of that number 92 and got some contact with the 81 and all that. So that's why we are in caution here for heat number 3, but we should be going back green here soon for a, I'd assume, 2-lap restart, which will be interesting. It will be double file restarts for the actual main event. But for some reason they are not going back, so see if they ever get back going. But all right, so see if the pace truck comes down now. But at that point, we're already gonna reach. It'll be a 1-lap restart, but we'll see if the lights go out. Kind of questionable here, but we've had plenty of laps to finish this one off. And yeah, I guess we'll have a 1-lap shootout to the end. I'm not quite sure what the decision by the officials was there, but pace truck will take his way down pit road. Aaron Abel gonna have one more lap to hold on here, make it to the main event. Meanwhile, that 48 Chris Martin's gonna have to make some bold maneuvers along with the guys behind him. At 99, Todd Gordon Castlenut, David Spears, Lexi Herman, if they want to make this main event. That 62 does have some damage, so we'll see how it works. 1 lap shootout to the end. Had to pace around there for quite a bit, but here we go for the restart. We'll see who will be the final 6 making it into the main event and who will be heading to the LCQ. So here we go, 1 lap shootout. 41 Aaron Abel leads. Does anything happen crazy here on this final lap? Oh, Dixon and Martins, but no, it'll be Aaron Abel gonna win heat number 3, and Dixon gets the final transfer spot along with Luke Evans. So a very long caution sequence there. He takes us probably some good racing to the end. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Had to put it into my own hands, but now the 48 Chris Martin's, the 92 will be heading to the LCQ. So hopefully that 81 team can get that engine fixed up, but it will be the 41 of Aaron Abel going to be starting third in the LCQ main event. So that's good for him. He'll be right behind his teammate, the 41 of Aaron Abel. But Heat 3 brings out the first caution so far of the night. We'll see how the main event plays out in LCQ, but the LCQ might be even more aggressive after what we just saw there. But folks, let's go get these trucks ready for the last chance qualifier. 16 trucks will be going home, 7 will be going back to the main event, and racing for 80 laps, trying to get to that AdventHealth 200 win. So let's go get these trucks ready for the LCQ. Here, top 7 will make it into the main event. We have some pretty big names in this one. Joseph Woods trying to fight to stay on that cutoff line. Chris Martin's currently in, but he's going to have some trouble here potentially. Emily York Watts and David Spears, 2 teammates. Then you got the 6 Patrick Raven who's trying to fight his way in. 30 of William Ayers, 92 of Ryan Osborne, the 23 of Carson Miller's all the way in here in the LCQ. 96 of Gale, and then back here you got David Dixon, all these guys. James Daniel, of course, will be starting at the tail end after having to change that gearbox in the intermission. But yeah, this is gonna be a very interesting LCQ here. Gonna be 15 laps. Hopefully, we'll see what some of the action will be with more trucks, because of course this is gonna be more like what we will see in the actual race. But 16 trucks will go home, and that 5 of Tanner Calvert looks to be having issues off the start here. So that's not great. But he's likely going to be heading home in that number 5 truck, because that truck's engine has gone out, and that is not good for him. So it will be the 38 of Joseph Wood leading. He's going to have Paraji on his outside, trying to make the main event in his debut. And here we go, green flag for the LCQ. The top 7 make it. All the guys going to be put on the line. I already know one driver's not going to make it. It's going to be the 5 of Tanner Calvert, sadly, in that Budweiser machine. But here we go. We will see here now as 55 can move into second. But right now the final transfer spot is on that number 6 of Patrick Raven. Who knows what's at stake currently. He wants to make it into this race because he needs to get those crucial points. Rockwell Dorn sitting on the cutoff line as well, so a lot of guys on the cutoff line sitting here. So this is going to be a big race for the guys who are maybe just a little bit outside to gain a bunch of points. Meanwhile, Sarah Taylor looking like an anchor once again to these trucks on the, as the 40 of Chris Martin's going to follow through. Emily York Watson trying to go through as well. Meanwhile, that number 38 of Joseph Wood has booked it, and he looks to put 3 Haynes Racing trucks in the main event. And another Chevy, so that's good for Team Chevy there. They're getting some trucks in here, but yeah, right now that 6 of Raven holds the final spot. Actually going to be Ayers at the line, but Carson Miller on the back end of the 6 as well. So this is getting very tight, and yeah, the 30 will clear him. So now Miller's going to have some company for that 92 of Ryan Osborne now, though. So definitely some interesting racing going on here. As still kind of have a long way to go in the seat, though. Definitely longer than what we've seen before. But of course that 38 has kind of booked it, so we kind of know where he stands currently. For these 2 teammates are duking it out. That's 79 and 52, but they both would like to make it. Oh, Ayers gets barely loose. Oh my lord, a huge snap on the back end of that number 30 here, and he is going to concede that final transfer spot to the 23 of Carson Miller here. Crucial mistake by William Ayers, and now he's going to have to try to claw back and get to that number 23 if he wants to make the main event. Gonna have that 6 of Patrick Raven right behind them. Meanwhile, these guys are still digging out. Sarah Taylor might just be fine here. This might be this 52 and 79 not being able to quite get past each other. So now as we come to lap number 10, now there goes Miller to the inside of this 79 of David Spears here. Does that 30 of William Ayers follow him through and try to get that final transfer spot from that 79 of Spears? Ayers was so good at this track 1 year ago, but definitely has changed a lot since then, while Joseph Wood is completely gone, as he is just so fast. So Haynes Racing's got some fast trucks this weekend. Of course, he just barely missed out from his teammate, but now these guys here, Chris Martin's gonna make it. That's gonna be good for him. But if you're Patrick Raven, some of these guys are gonna be a little bit of trouble here if you don't get past this number 30, because of course you are finding some of these guys on the cutoff line, and this 30 of William Ayers is just all over the place on track. He just has no grip in that number 30, and once had a transfer spot, but now he's going to get passed by the 6 of Raven, who's going to look to chase down this number 79 David Spears and try to get that final transfer spot, but he's just going to have barely to go, as he's going to rough him up, that 30 up a little bit. So here we go. To the inside goes Raven, so he's going to try to make it through. Going to come to 1 to go here in the heat. That 38 of Joseph Wood's going to move on. He's going to be starting pretty well. Well, not that well, but he's going to be moving on. He's going to be comfortable, as he's going to come through and win the last chance qualifier, as he's going to be heading to the main event. Joining him will be Brenton Pragio in his debut, Benson Pragio, Chris Martin, Sarah Taylor, Carson Miller, and that's 79 and 52 here. So just missing out is the 6 of Patrick Raven, the 30 of William Ayers. All these trucks will be all heading home. Terry Bull, who's had a solid run, and James Daniel, and a couple of them who have all made some pace, but these guys will all be heading home, unfortunately, from New Smyrna, as they were not able to make their way through. But that will set us up for our main event now here at New Smyrna. It's going to be 80 laps. It's going to be Avery Alford leading us to green with that 83 of Ronnie Halger on his outside, folks. So, folks, let's not waste any time. Take a short break here. Not going to be any break for you guys. We're going to cut right to it. But we'll take a look at the starting lineup, go over some things we need to know. Then we'll get to finally go green flag racing here at New Smyrna. And here we go, folks. Finally time for the main event here at New Smyrna Speedway. I know you guys have been waiting a long time, but here we go. The 80-lap main event, the AdventHealth 200. 25 drivers all vying for it. This one's going to be quite a race here. We've already went over things like the fuel window. Likely going to be lap 35 to 40. Going to try to cut it halfway. Run these tires as long as they can. But if cautions come out, that can flip the strategy all the way around. But Avery Alford, of course, on pole. Won his heat, won the pole of the overall race. He's been so fast. It's been 3 in a row for Racing Motorsports, all 3 different drivers as well. So they're definitely all going to be trying to uh, try to keep up that streak, and they got all 3 drivers in this race, so that's good for them. They're definitely going to have a good shot at doing that. While behind them, Ronnie Halger still looking very solid. 1 at Lucas Oil IRP. He's good at these short tracks as well. So those 2 are going to be vying pretty hard, I believe, here tonight for that win. As we get through the rest, everybody here. We have the 27 Huber, who's looked solid so far. Sestry makes it through, hometown driver. Um, Hometown driver, home state driver. Unfortunately, Monica Pato did not make it, but then Caleb Rose. You got guys like Peter Onjak back here who made it, but he has been to all 3 Haynes Racing trucks made it. Joseph Wood looked very fast in this heat. He's going to be somebody I'm looking out for in this one. Then you got the last 2 who made it in, which were the 2 PPG national team drivers. So it's just going to be a fun one, honestly. This is going to be a lot of guys vying for it. And I'm very intrigued to see how this race will go. I'm excited to see how these drivers will do. I just now realized that for some reason the tires are Goodyears for some reason. So I don't know about that, but yeah, this is gonna be a very fun race, folks. If you missed it last season, you're gonna see this is the epitome of short track action when it comes to NR 2030. So I'm very excited for this one. But we go everything once again 80 lap race. Double foul restarts. Last year's winner was Roxanne Angel, of course, did not return to the series, so we will get a new winner at this track. But it's gonna be a fun one here from New Smyrna. We went over standings earlier. A bunch of bubble guys did not make this race. So if you're a guy like Brandon Haynes, or Joseph Wood, or some guys that are just leaking out, like Chris Martins, who I don't even think made this race. Yeah, he made the race, so he's gonna be just out, but now he can work his way back in. So this is going to be a prime opportunity for some guys to make up a bunch of points, and this is going to really open up that chase bubble battle wide open here with guys like Rogaldor not making it, Patrick Raven, and others. So it's really going to be an interesting race, and there's going to be a lot of guys putting a little bit more on the line because they want those extra points. But let's get these trucks off and rolling here at New Smyrna, and we'll see the starting grid on the left side of your screen, but it will be Avery Alford leading us to green alongside Ronnie Hauger. Top three here all won their heats from the pole, I believe, so they all ran super well. But it will be Avery Alford leading us to green here. Starting grid on the left side of your screen. Everybody rolling off pretty well here. A bunch of Rams made this race, a bunch of Chevys as well. Benson Pragio and his debut made it. David Dixon made it. All three Haynes Racing trucks, Peter Onjak. So this is a great night for Truck Series action here at New Smyrna Speedway. A bunch of drivers have an opportunity here tonight to get that win. Maybe we'll see another first-time winner. We will see, but it'll be Avery Alford as the fans are on their feet. They've waited all night for this 80-lap main event. The green flag is underway here at New Smyrna. Avery Alford leads us to green into turn one. As they make their way through, Ronnie Hauger going to work around that outside line. He's going to get into the lead. Right behind him, Avery Alford side by side with that number 27 of Matthew Hubert for second. Everybody, you can see this track is very unique the way these drivers turn. They got to really arc it in there. This is just literally, this is how short track racing should be. And these guys are going to be vying very hard all race long. Of course, only 25 drivers made it into this one, so they're going to all really want to get these points the best that they can. But now it's going to be Hubert moving into second here if we can clear Alford. Meanwhile, Aaron Abel right back behind him, working on this number 17 of Kyler Sustres. The first caution is out here, and it's going to be the number 15 of Hallie Anderson Jr., who looks like they got tagged up. So Hallie Anderson Jr. and that Silly Thing Racing truck, they had two trucks qualify in here, but the first caution is going to be out for this truck. So we'll see as everybody figures their stuff out. We'll see kind of what happened there, but it will be Ronnie Hauger with the lead, but very interesting early caution here only on lap number 5, and it's only going to pick up, of course, in this type of race. But Hallie Anderson Jr. does bring out the caution here on lap number 4 at New Smyrna. We were just in the thick of the action here, but as they make their way down pit road, let's go check out what happened to Hallie Anderson Jr. to bring out the first caution here tonight at New Smyrna. Make our way to the replay here, folks. This is some tight racing. You see here with 15 crosses the nose of that 36. Not as bad of damage as that 15 could have gotten heading into that inside wall. So that 15 kind of caught a break there, but making contact with Brandon Haynes is what's going to bring out the caution. Haynes almost got turned by the 62 or 32 or 32. I think it was a 62 in the Racing Miku scheme. He almost got turned after that because he crossed the bumper of that truck after the 15 came down on them. So Anderson Jr. in a rough spell with Silly Thing Racing. This is not going to be good for their chances. Been very critical as of late. Talking to Siler Taylor, they want results, but unfortunately here tonight at New Smyrna, an early contact to the inside wall going to be a little bit interesting for the 15 team. We'll see if they're able to claw their way back, but that's the reason for the first caution here at New Smyrna. So let's catch back up with the live racing action. So we are back here at New Smyrna. Ronnie Hauger does, of course, have the lead. He got past Avery Alford, who looked very slow off the start, but actually looks like nobody's going to come down and pit early on here, which is good because I don't think anybody really needs tires, so they should all be fine. But yeah, look at the amount of Chevys we have in this race. This is impressive. Chevy has been very slow so far this season, but they really have picked up the pace here in this weekend, as they have a bunch of contenders here. But they got a bunch of them in a line right now in the back. But this is going to be a long race, and guys are going to have to claw their way forward. And it's only going to get tighter and tighter as this race goes on, especially with how close the racing is and how loose, well, not loose, but how much these guys have to really turn it into the corner. So soon we come to restart here. I'd assume it'd be lap number 8. Given that nobody really pitted. So we'll see here if the lights go out on the pace truck. And they will not, so it looks like we're going to take it around one more time, potentially. Well, we saw this in heat number 3, very long pace laps. I'm going to try to shorten them as much as I can so we can get some racing, but for some reason this pace truck likes to make his laps around, but it looks like they're just clearing everything up and letting that 15 get ready to run. But right now, Ronnie Hauger in a good spot. He's got Hubert on his outside, Alfred will be on the inside. I'm going to be looking out at the 42. They look very slow off the start, so I'm going to be seeing how they do. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to how the long run goes in this race. I think the long run's going to really tell us who's going to really be the guy to look out for, because with this type of race, we're going to be going deep into the run here, and the tire fall off is going to probably be pretty massive. So, I'm going to have to watch out for what could unfold. So we will restart on lap number 9 here at New Smyrna. If you're just now joining us back after all the races we've had so far this evening. First caution was the 15 of Hallie Anderson Jr., but we will be coming to the restart. Of course, restarts are double file here. Of course, if there's back-to-back cautions, then it moves to single file until they're able to figure it out on a 5 to 10 lap run. But let's not get into all that madness just yet. But this is going to be, it can go by fast or it can go by slow. So we'll see how it plays out. We'll see how these restarts play out. These restarts are going to be crucial here at New Smyrna. We've seen a lot that restarts can cause issues for some guys, and we've seen one guy take each other out 1 year ago. So looks like Hubert does get a good launch on the outside. He was ripping it around there. Meanwhile, Ricky LaFleur all out of whack there. But this is just such tight racing. It's very uncomfortable watching it. But Hubert's going to move into the lead. That outside line's got a little bit of a better angle for some of these guys, it seems, going into the corner here when you're battling side by side. Meanwhile, Aaron Abel back here battling side by side with that 82 of Ricky LaFleur. But these cars, you see these trucks, they're just flying around here at New Smyrna. It's really a special experience. Oh my gosh, that was very close. And the 42 Avery Alfred's coming down the pit road here. And the 27 Matthew Hubert, I don't like that. We'll see how it plays out for those two. That's some of those interesting pit. That's one of the more interesting pit calls with 27 and 42 both bring it down. But now that'll give the lead to the 83 of Ronnie Hauger with that 17 of Kyler Suster right behind him. But I'm not quite sure what the 42 or 27 are trying to do. They're going to be able to run it longer, but I don't know about that call. So Hauger moves into the lead back behind them. We have all these guys running pretty solid here, kind of figuring their stuff out. So quite single file now, but now we have Evans battling with his teammate, that 32 Kane Arcadia. He's just trying to put his nose in there, but not quite being able to pull the move off just yet. And meanwhile, on Jack has the pressure from that 97 of Matthew Burnett, but he looks to be fine. But yeah, I'm not sure about that call by this 27 or 42 team. But we'll see how it plays out for them. They do come out in front of that 83 of Hauger, so unless Hauger passes this 42, that 27 is going to try to run away here on fresher tires, about 10 lap fresher tires, well, about 13 lap fresher tires, and get his lap back. And yeah, I mean, just so much contact between guys here coming off that exit here, and that's going to be a tricky spot all night long. Especially if the truck is way more slower than another truck. So he's going to hold up everybody. Everybody's going to be packed in here. Here comes Haynes and Bento. Joseph Wood trying to make a pass on this 55 of Trey right for a second. Wood was very fast in the seat. I think he will be able to drive his way through this race eventually. But right now, this 42 is going to pack everybody up. Meanwhile, this 27 Matthew Hubert's going to drive away, but Alfred clearly does not have the pace early on in this race. Meanwhile, Kyler Sustre, the Florida man, trying to get past this number 83 here soon, potentially. And now, a contact between Hauger and Alfred. Hauger not going to be patient with this 42. He is telling him to get out the way, and he made it very clear there. I don't know how much clearer I can get than that. We'll see how this plays out between those two, because Alfred right now is sandbagging the hell out of this field right now. So now Sustre moves into the lead. Meanwhile, LaFleur trying to work on his teammate, but this 42 is backing everybody up. My lord. This 42's got to get out of the way eventually here. And on Jack, contact with the 84 of Nolan trying to get to his inside. On Jack having a great run so far. Knock on wood. And that 42's bunching everybody up. So this could be very interesting to watch. Oh, Rose is going to get the elbows out on that number 84 of Nolan. As it is picking up back here just where the top 10 ends. Well, just inside the top 10, I guess I should say. So these guys are all going at it. Meanwhile, these guys are not able to get past Avery Alford. So now the 83 of Howard going to look to the inside of this 41 of Aaron Abel. But everybody is duking it out so far. And, oh, contact, bumping doors between that number 41 and 83. We're going to see this all night here. And now Gutierrez to the inside of Ricky LaFleur. It's a great look to the inside. Not going to quite get a move out of it just yet, though. But everybody backed up here because of that 42. Meanwhile, Sustre is kind of getting a gap between these guys, though. So Sustre hitting his marks here in that number 17 for Spears Raven Racing. The only Spears Raven Racing truck to make it. Kind of fitting that it is his home race. As that 97 of Matthew Burnett tried to get a look here as the 7 of Alexander Rose trying to get a look on that number 43. Meanwhile, does Nolan dive to the inside of Rose? No, not quite. And no, there goes the 97 to the inside of the 03 of Peter Onjack now. Can Onjack hold him off, though, as there goes Joseph Wood to the inside of that number 9 of David Dixon in that Coke machine. Dixon has 2 wins at short tracks in his career. So he is definitely going to be somebody to watch out for if chaos does reign, because he has had 2 chaotic wins so far in his career. But he is battling side by side now. Oh, bumping doors as well. As, I mean, there's just so much contact around this track. So he makes his way on through. Meanwhile, these guys are still racing super tight. Meanwhile, that 17's now got that 41 of Aaron Abel right on his back bumper, along with that 83 of Ronnie Halger. So pace picking back up front here. And we're coming up on lap number 30. So about 10 or 11 laps out of the pit window, I would say, for some of these guys. Of course, we're going to see the 42 and 27 likely try to run it longer and try to pit on, I would assume, lap 50 or 60, depending on how long they can make these tires go. So there it goes, the 7 of Alexander Road to the inside of this 43 of Angel Gutierrez, trying to get the pass off, not going to quite work, does not quite have the angle. And up here, the 41 trying to get a look for the lead from the 17 of Sustre. Does he get it here? No, not quite. Sustre still holding on. Onjack going to be on that outside. Oh, there goes Onjack. Oh, Nolan flipped. Oh my gosh. Oh, and the 97 of Burnett too. Oh, a huge shot. Burnett. Oh my gosh. Oh, and Haynes' engine is out. Oh my gosh. What just happened there? Oh my lord. A massacre just happened there to bring out the caution. Contact between Onjack and the 84 Patrick Nolan. And, gee. Haynes is getting service on his truck. It looked like his engine went out for a second. Everybody's going to bring it down pit road here, but, I mean, what just happened? 2 trucks just flipped at a short track. So he's going to lead them all down. We'll check out the replay after, but, I mean, that is a scary wreck here at New Smyrna. You do not want to see that as this 27 and 42 stay out. Oh my, that is, that's just bad. So Sustre's going to come out with the lead. It'll be Aaron Abel, Ricky LaFleur, and, gee, that is an ugly incident. And Brandon Haynes, back-to-back weeks, looked like he has a good run going, and unfortunately, is not going to have. Oh, and these 2 are coming down to pit road here. Oh, so they're just completely behind on strategy. I don't know, man. That was something else. So let's. I mean, no further ado. I mean, we'll see if this 36 of Haynes continues this race, but doesn't look like it so far. But yeah, that's just unfortunately for that 36 of Brandon Haynes. Yeah, he's gonna be out of this race. So yeah, let's go check out and let's get a better look at what just brought out the caution here on lap, probably was like lap 33, I want to say. I mean, that was a scary wreck right there with about 2 or 3 trucks on the top. I mean, on their lid there. So let's go check out what just happened. So here's the replay, folks. Onjack gets super loose, and the 84 comes up as well, and he flips on his hood, and then, oh, Burnett. Oh, huge shot. Oh my gosh. And he continues to take shots. That's going to be something to watch out for in the medical center, as Burnett has taken a lot of hard hits this season, but nothing quite that hard. And that is just a treacherous wreck there. Brandon Haynes catches it. Onjack looked to be fine somehow, but that is just awful, man. And the 62 of Luke Evans got contact. He had a solid run going, but man, oh man, you don't see that often. Look here, just for a better look here, you just see it. The 84 starts rolling, and then Burnett takes a shot. Haynes almost makes it through, and then, oh, right to, that just knocked that is unfortunate for Brandon Haynes. That's going to be back-to-back weeks. Fortunately, he will get points, but that's just the ugly incident. Hopefully Matthew Burnett's okay. We'll hear more from the medical center post-race, but 84 of Nolan had a rollover too, and you just don't want to see rollovers at short tracks, especially one like New Smyrna, and Burnett just sat there. So hopefully he's okay. Hopefully everybody in that incident's okay. But that's what brought out the caution there on lap number 32. Let's go check up with the live action, but that was a very scary one there, folks. So we're back here with the live action. Kyler Sustre still leads. Kid from Panama City, leading in his home state race so far, but I mean, I don't know what to think about that last incident. That was just an awful wreck, and that's going to take about 5 trucks out of this race, so very treacherous wreck, but we'll see how many trucks continue going in this one. It's going to be 20 trucks left in this one, and we'll see how Onjack runs. He did catch some damage, but he looked to be kind of fine. He had a pretty fast truck, but just continues to run into incidents, and that's just getting extremely loose there, and that's just what happens. And we were coming up on the pit window, so when you get extreme, that tire fall off, it's going to be dangerous here as we get later on in this race. And now this puts us in an awkward spot where I think we still have one more stop left in this race. So we'll see how it plays out ultimately, but I mean, that is just an ugly incident as we close up on the halfway point in what has been a crazy race so far. So we'll restart on lap number 38, just under halfway at lap number 40, but we still have a lot to go. So Suster leads us back to green. The outside lines look very preferable on these short runs. We'll see how it works out this time, but that's scary. These drivers are definitely going to be a little bit more relaxed than probably we've seen before, but that's just a concept of the tire fall. If you're going to get super loose, we've already seen these drivers have to really arc it around, and that's another example of it. But here we go to the restart, and yeah, great launch to Aaron Abel on the outside. He completely beat out. Oh my gosh. 3 wide back here for a second. That did not look too good, but as they make their way through, Sustre gonna be all the way behind. Oh, contact with Ricky LaFleur. Sustre a sitting duck on this restart. I don't know if he took no tires or something, but they're all flying around him right now. There goes that 41 of Aaron Abel. Into the lead's gonna have the 83 of Halger right behind them. Now they chill out just a little bit. LaFleur on the inside, this 23 of Gutierrez. Oh, Bento contact back into that number 98 of Caleb Rose. And now Caden Arcadia stuck on that outside line. So he restarted 7th, but now he's going to have some company from Bento and all these guys. Meanwhile, Abel has settled down, Sustre as well. Onjack still running strong. And contact between those two. These guys are really bumping doors around here. We're going to see this all night long. This is short track racing. There's going to be feelings hurt after this one, especially with the 2 incidents we've seen so far. Definitely that 15 of Al Anderson Jr. probably not happy with that 36 of Haynes. And now, Anderson Jr. still in this race, but they definitely might have a little bit of a talk after this one. But this 82 is right on the back of the 17, who is just looking like a sitting duck here. And oh, he's right on the back fender. He's telling him he's there, but will this 17 give up the position is the question. And there they go to the inside now. So there goes 82 Rico Fleur to the inside of that 17 Sustre, who was holding pretty strong at one point, but now looks like the pace has fallen off quite a bit for him. So now that 82 is going to look to move into third here. And oh! It looks like some guys are... What just happened there? That 82 LaFleur's having issues, I think. This is just not what Red Bull Fallout needs. It's an engine damage for that number 82. Red Bull Fallout is in a dry spell here when it comes to luck, as now they have a huge checkup there, which is going to spread everybody out. But, I mean, that's just another week where they have issues on the engine. Alexander Rowe probably worrying if he's a team owner, as a team principal of Red Bull Fallout, what is going on with our mechanical department in crucial races like this. And now Aaron Abel still leading those so far. Gonna have these guys all chase him down here, but we'll see if that 82 will be fine. But it is just a treacherous one so far. But that 82 is already gonna be a couple laps down. He's gonna kind of be a goner here. So now, as they make their way through, they're all catching up here to that 17 Sustre. Onjak's still pretty holding stronger, I think about 11, so he's still running pretty well. But he's gonna have that 23 Miller right behind him, but Miller did catch some damage from the last strike as well. Oh, and here comes, oh my God, LaFleur, what is he doing? He tries to come back out on track. No, don't park it there, and that's gonna bring out the caution. Ricky LaFleur just tried to come out on track. Oh, this is their whole incident here, the 15 to 45. And, I mean, what just happened there? Did he run into an engine issue again? Second caution out on lap number 50. And the tire went down. Oh my gosh. The tire on the 82 goes down after his engine goes out. So he comes back down on pit road and his tire goes down. And he just parks it right on the entry, which should not be a caution, but that's a bad place to park it. Now he's gonna have service on that truck. So it'd be the 2070 Huber who gets the wave around after all this, but now you're leaving these guys to figure this out. And let's go to a no-cut replay and see what else transpired there. But we're gonna go to a no-cut replay. I haven't done this in a while, but consider we're at this point in the race, let's go check out what happened here to this number 82 of Ricky LaFleur as his engine goes out and then he has a tire down, which is, I mean, the luck on this truck is just something else. So he goes out here on pit road, gets some service on his truck, assuming they did some work, got some of that engine issue adjusted, but then he comes out, runs in the grass a little bit, and then the tire goes out. So, I mean, yeah, he can't turn it. That's a dangerous spot to be in, everybody. I'm surprised that didn't transpire into something. Whoa, and now lucky break for Sarah Taylor. Man, that is lucky as you can get there. Awful spot for the 82 to stop, but Sarah Taylor's lucky they hardly got tapped there by the 42 or whoever else that was. But, I mean, that's a lucky break there. They might be thankful that they didn't get turned harder. So, that's what brings out the caution. Now, it's going to be the 2070 Huber who gets the wave around, but we'll see if anybody brings it down. But yeah, that's going to be the 2070 Hubert who gets it here. And so he's going to get back on the lead lap and be starting right behind, but we'll see how much pace he has. Oh my God. Thank God collisions are off. So he's going to make his way around the pace truck here. So Hubert gets his lap back, and he'll see how much pace he has, but he's going to be restarting in 20th. So well, not 20th on, well, 20th on track. It's gonna be 17th on position, so not too much difference in where he would be restarting, but we'll see when we actually restart. I'd soon be lap 54 as nobody came down, but I'm intrigued on what the strategy is going to be at this point. But man, oh man, what a race it's been so far. So it'll be lap 55, I guess. And so far, some good runs for some guys like Caden Arcadia, Matthias Bento, Joseph Wood, David Dixon up here, Peter Onjak still running strong, Carson Miller. And with the cautions we've seen so far, still doing pretty solid, but you know, you like to be it a little bit cleaner, but I mean, that's what New Smyrna brings. This is the pinnacle of short track racing here in our Truck Night American. You're seeing it with all the elbows that have been thrown out here tonight, all the bumping doors, and just flat out just madness. So we'll see if the lights go out here. Yes, they will. So we restart on lap number 55 here, folks. Just a little bit over the halfway point in this race. If you're curious why we're under caution, we've had quite the chaos happen so far in this one, but these guys are trying to figure it out. They need to pick up their pace here. You're gonna have to get a move on here, guys. But yeah, I don't know what these guys are doing, but it will be here and able to lead us back to in. But yeah, Ricky LaFleur has an engine issue, takes it off track, comes back out, tire goes down, stops an awkward spot. Sarah Taylor gets spin around the front stretch, but the spot that A2 stopped in, it kind of stalled out, needed to tow back to his pit spot. But here we go for the restart here. As some guys, they're gonna just now catch up as I don't know what they were doing in the back here, but Ronnie Halger's gonna move out into the lead as that outside line is just the much preferred line when you're on this front row here on these restarts. But now, Halger back into lead. Well, I think this another caution as the 15 of Allie Anderson Jr. is around again. So another caution out here, and this is just a flat out pandemonium. So now we have to sort this out once again. So another caution out. I think our fourth of the night. And I mean, Allie Anderson Jr. I mean, is having quite the night. And might as well just do a no-cut replay here and see what happens to this 15, because this is just insane at this point. What is going on with this truck? And they just get. I mean, you can't come down. I don't know if. I know we have to see the telemetry after the race, but I mean, this looks like this 15 just is so loose coming off the corner there, and they get dumped again. That's the second time they've gotten dumped here tonight, and it's off the same thing, off the front end, on the same spot, and it's kind of obvious why they're getting dumped because you see what they're doing there. They're just coming down and they're just very loose, which we're getting more late into this run here with these tires. And now we're approaching to where I thought they would have to pit. So I'm kind of questioning how it'll play out here when we come on this restart. If we see the thing where it comes to the restart and then everybody just comes on down and books it to pit road after the restart, which could be troublesome. But I mean, this is just, that 15's got to be better. I mean, you got to clean it up if you're that 15 truck of Allie Anderson Jr. That's the second time you got dumped. You're loose off the corner. Run a little bit wider and hope you don't come down on somebody. But I mean, so far we've seen that twice here tonight. So see where we restart. Probably lap number 60 if I had to guess. Which is going to put us into an interesting spot here, which we spent a bunch of this race under caution so far, folks. I'm sorry for that. For the limited racing we've seen so far, it has been very good. But yeah, this is shaping up to be one of those messy ones. But nothing quite's going to live up to what we saw at Lucas Oil IRP with that. I don't even know what that race was, honestly. With 8 cautions in that one. This is the second most cautions we've had, but I mean, half of these incidents have just been kind of minor fender benders, so take them with a grain of salt, I guess you could say. No, we're gonna run one more lap, so it'll be lap 61. But it'll be Likely Aaron Abel getting the lead off this restart. The way we've seen that outside line very powerful, but Caden Arcadia up to 4th, Suchere down to 5th. Bento into the top 10, as well as Joseph Wood. Onjak's still here. I mean, David Dixon's having a solid day. I said, chaotic races, this is where he comes out of nowhere and takes a win. So I'm looking at this number 9 Coke machine here. I think he might have some tricks up his sleeve if something else happens in this one, but we're hopefully going to be coming to restart next time around, coming to the green flag, which will just be 20 more to go in this race. And how long will these tires last, or will we see some pit stops here that will shake this one up? We have not quite seen any green flag pit stops just yet. So unless another caution comes out, we will see one more set of green flag pit stops, I would assume. What are they doing back here? I don't know why they're doing this. They can't keep doing this, because this is what's causing all the chaos here. So I don't know what's going on with those trucks, but here we go for everybody else that's actually up here, wants to be a part of this restart. Well, they're waiting for the 45, of course. So here we go to the restart. Gonna be the 83 and number 41 leading us back to green here at New Smyrna once again. Bunch of cautions in this one in this part. But Halger gonna get the elbows out here on the restart. Not gonna let that outside line get the jump here. Man, he sent it into the corner there. So side by side for the lead between Aaron Abel and Ronnie Halger there. Abel gonna rip it around the outside though. He's showing a lot of speed. Halger gonna send it to the inside, bumping doors once again between those two for the lead. Really duking it out are these guys here, and he's gonna get, Aaron Abel is gonna get the lead as I'm going the wrong direction. As catch back up here. Oh, David Dixon off the front end of that 23. He fell out of the top 10. Joseph Wood moves back in. The 41's gonna pursue the lead now though. 7 miles in a row here, and what should be 4th here. Got it from Caden Arcadia. And Bento trying to work on this number 98 of Caleb Rose, but to no avail at this point. But here comes his teammate, that 38 of Joseph Wood, who's looking super quick. So now 15 to go here next time around. Do we have one set of pit stops left? And this one is the question, or can they all make it to the end? Aaron Abel holding on right now, making to make it 4 in a row for Racing Motorsports. Won $1 million last week, looking to get another one this week. As there goes Bento to the inside potentially of that number 98 of Caleb Rose here. He's going to get a shot here. Usually turn 1's a treacherous spot, but we have not quite seen that so far, as they've kept it rather clean. Right now, Aaron Abel still leading and holding on to this race win potentially. Unless a caution comes out, sorry about that, or something crazy. He right now looks like he has the fastest truck on track, but laps are ticking down. We're close to 10 more to go here. Anderson Jr. making a pass on the 15 and 40 of Chris Martins. And right now, just everybody else is kind of keeping it calm. But now, coming up on now 11 to go here in this race. Will there be any last lap pit stops? If there is, you got to look at that 42 in of number 27. But right now, they're all keeping it going so far. But you can see some guys really arcing it there. Joseph Wood to the inside of his teammate. Oh, no. Thought he had a look there for a second. But this Parker machine has driven his way from one of the last transfer spots all the way up to 9th here, so he's definitely had some pace there. And that number 38 truck is now, we're coming up on 8 more to go here. Well, 9 more to go, but so we can find the leader here. There we go. So we're coming up on the final couple laps here at New Smyrna. We spent a bunch of this middle of this race under caution, but right now, who can make it to the end? is the question we're all wondering. But right now they are closing up on Aaron Abel. All looks super loose here. Arcadia having a good run at 5th. Back behind here, all the Chevys up here in the top 10. They're having a great run. Onjak played all his damage together run. David Dixon as well. But I don't quite think those guys have the pace for these guys up here. But laps tick down here. We are in overtime territory. So something does pop off here. Right now, just keeping it going, everybody. No issue so far. But right now, Aaron Abel looks like he might have this in the bag. We have lap traffic up ahead, the 40 of Chris Martin, so this is where it could shake up here. As he's going to be stuck behind Chris Martin, so he's going to allow Ronnie Hauger to get up in here. Abel to the inside of Martins. Oh, no, and that's going to bring out the caution. Not what you want to see here, and that's going to send us into overtime. Oh my gosh, if you're Aaron Abel, you can't push the issue like that. And now, with how the pace laps have gone so far, we potentially are in an overtime situation here with a lot of hungry drivers looking to get their first win on the season here at New Smyrna. So yeah, we are going to be going into our first green light checkered of the night, and this could not be our last either, because we learned anything from Lemaire's last year. It hasn't happened yet, but somebody is going to send it into turn 1 and potentially dive bomb. We haven't seen it so far, but there's going to be someone that does it. So nobody gonna bring it down? That's just a little bit shocking. So these tires are running way longer than I expected. It's for the first overtime here at New Smyrna. About our 5th caution, and we saw it there, so we don't even need a replay. But I mean, this is gonna be something interesting, because there's the one guy that dive bombs. We've seen Ronnie Hauger do it once. And I'm sure you're saying, watch me do it again, because you know that outside is strong on these restarts, but boy, oh boy, folks, boy, do we have one that is going to be interesting here. And, I mean, these tires have to be worn out by now, but they're still going, so. We'll see when the lights go out on the pace truck and we finally get ready to go. Hopefully we don't see any incidences where guys just pit right off this overtime restart, because we're already stretched past the window, I would say. So I'm really hoping that doesn't happen. But if it does, got to manage your stuff better, I assume. I suppose. So, looks like it'll be at lap number 82. Will likely come to the restart next time around. It'll be Ronnie Hauger leads green, Aaron Abel in second. Third behind him is this number 43 Angel Gutierrez. Chris Martins is all the way up here, but he's going to be fine. He's going to have to drop back, though. So here we go, though. I'm assuming the lights go out here, hopefully, on this pace truck, and we finally get to go for overtime here at New Smyrna. And yep, here we go. If they can get past this 40 Chris Martins, you gotta go. You gotta go, Ro. Go. Yep, this is gonna be something stupid here. Ro took his sweet ass time getting past them, and now, I don't know. This is gonna really mess up the restart here. You guys gotta get around this number. You gotta get around this 40 here. So here we go for the first overtime restart here. It's going to be the 83 Ronnie Hauger leading us to green here. And Here we go. Overtime number 1 here at New Smyrna. Hauger does not get a great launch. Aaron Abel into the lead. Oh, and they do it. They come down to pit road. Oh, no. We're coming to the white flag. Who's it going to be? Ronnie Hauger on the inside, but he's got Caden Arcadia and the 7 of Alexander Rowe with him. Here we go. And, oh no, Arcadia's not going to make it to the end either. Coming to the line, it's going to be a photo finish. Who won it? It was, oh, they tied. A drag race to the line, and they tied. I said I don't think anybody's going to be able to make it, and I'm not sure who just won that race. Boy, oh boy, was that a crazy one. I think it was Ronnie Hauger. We're gonna have to go to further replay, but it might have been. I think it was Rowe, but it might have been Hauger. I mean, I don't know what just happened there. Arcadia just threw away what could have been a great run, and I wasn't sure if guys were gonna be able to make it, and we saw it right there. So pandemonium here at New Smyrna. We quite don't have a winner here, so. Let's go review this replay because they did tie at the line, and we'll see who really got the race win here. But what a finish. That was insane. And folks, you can see here at the replay, it was Ronnie Hauger just barely over his team owner, the number 7 of Alexander Rowe. Ronnie Hauger is going to get his 4th race win, I want to say, on the season here at New Smyrna. Was able to conserve his stuff and get to the finish line and win this race. He won at Fuji. He's won at Lucas Oil. So this could be his 3rd win on the season, actually. But he finally gets back into victory lane. It's a photo finish with Alexander Rowe. But what a close finish. I mean, I don't know. That doesn't get much closer to that. We're going to go even further here because that was, I thought it was the 7. I really thought it was the 7, but man, it doesn't get much closer than that. And I mean, oh my gosh, that's just the close. That might be the closest finish in history for a sanctioned race. I think we saw it in a heat race last year too. So man, oh man, Hauger gets the win. But wow, what a race! What a finish! Contact back here between these guys. And I thought for a second Caden Arcadia was about to take the win there. Martins gets turned around. Oh. This was just a cluster, you know what, here to the end. But, wow, what a race here from New Smyrna, folks. Let's go check out the results. And as we get into the results here of this afternoon's race, we waited a long time. It's been a long broadcast, but we are finally over with. But that main event certainly lived up to the hype because that was insane. Hauger finishes first, just beats Rowe. They said they tied, but now it's saying, well, it said they tied at first, but it is officially Ronnie Hauger. Joseph Wood finishes the 3rd. 4th is Peter Onjak, so a great run for him. Kyler Sestre finishes really well. He was really solid all race. Diaz Bento, David Dixon gets the top 10. Caden Arcadia finished all the way down 13th. I mean, he should have just stayed out there. I mean, he would have had a chance at winning if he stayed out there because he could have pushed that 83 out the way. I mean, he could have just shipped the 83 and 7 out the way and just said, thank you, guys. Let me get my first career win. Doesn't quite happen for him. He's going to finish 13th in this one. But a very chaotic one here in the main event. We wondered how it would be when 25 trucks stack up compared to 10 or 15, 10 or 16, and that was something else. So, wow. So Miller's rounds out your top 10 and 10th. 9th is Matthew Hubert. But some guys that struggle here. Gutierrez is not going to finish well. Aaron Nable's not going to finish well. Avery Alfred's not going to finish well. So that's going to make the gap go down a little bit, but considering that Ricky LaFleur was running behind all race, not going to make up too much damage for this one. But when it comes to the point cutoff line, Joseph Wood's going to gain a lot of points, as well as a bunch of other guys like Bento and all that who are trying to claw the way back forward. This could be this great result for Peter Onjak as well. Can this finally be the turning point in this season? As we head to Pocono next week, and he won that race last season. Can Peter Onjak get back on the right tracks here and get that win get a win and maybe get that 0-3 team into some conversations. But it's gonna take a lot, and he's kind of sticky statistically out because I think everybody behind like 18th is out of this. But yeah, if you're a guy like Wood, on Jacks, Stray, Bento, Spears, I mean Dixon, this is a great performance for you. And then if you're a guy like Brandon Haynes, Benson Pragio, Matthew Burnett, all that, hopefully they're all okay because that was a very scary scene we saw for that first caution, first or second caution. But yeah, crazy race here from New Smyrna, folks. Thank you all for sticking with us. This is going to be one of our longer ones because we had everything compiled in together this time compared to usual. But thank you all for tuning in. Congratulations to Ronnie Alger getting his third win on the season and what was crazy fashion over his team owner Alexander Rowe. And he breaks the streak that Racing Motorsports had. But Red Bull Fall Racing Motorsports got a bunch of wins so far this season. Rowe almost got his second race on the season, but doesn't quite happen. But that's going to be all from In Our Truck Net in America live here from New Smyrna Speedway. Thank you all for tuning into this one. We'll see you all next week at Pocono Raceway for which should be a great race. That one ended in overtime last season, so that will be interesting to see how it plays out. But yeah, we had overtime here at New Smyrna. We ran a lot of this race under caution in the middle half, but outside of that, it was some great short track racing, and this is what we talk about when we want short track racing on this game. So shout out to the track graders, J.R. Franklin and all that Project Short Track, because this was an amazing race.